Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have here a Serb, and this Serb leader tells us that the UK is seeking to overthrow the Belgrade government. Do you think he is crazy? Do you think he has a point? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's just, dreaming? Let's see what arguments he brings. So this article comes from Russia Today, and this is the headline: UK seeking to overthrow Belgrade government, Serb leader. British spy agencies are trying to take advantage of public backlash over two school shootings, Republika Srpska president has said. British intelligence services are fomenting public unrest in Serbia in a bid to oust its leader Aleksandar Vučić. The president of Republika Srpska, Milorad Dodik, said on Tuesday. In a statement, Dodik, who heads a region within Bosnia and Herzegovina that is predominantly populated by Serbs, claimed that the UK's spy agencies are attempting to leverage two recent mass shootings in Serbian schools, which triggered large protests to put pressure on the nation's government. What exactly are they supposed to do? And if they are supposed to do something, then I'm waiting for Biden administration to see what they're going to do about the shootings in Chicago. Are they going to take our guns away? They can't. The Constitution says we gotta have them, right? Are they gonna? Is the Biden administration going to quit, resign? Because that's what those guys in Belgrade ask for. They want the Belgrade government to resign for those shootings. So I'm guessing if that is right, then in the United States, if you have a mass shooting, which I think 3 people were just killed somewhere yesterday or today, then Biden administration should just resign. According to the same logic, if we apply the same logic, which I don't think we do, because these guys are not after being just or caring for us, they're for power. They get the power however they fit, and rules, no rules, logic, no logic. And I'm quoting Dodik. I'm convinced that the inspirers and producers of this mess in Serbia are the British. That is, their secret services with their Serbian collaborators, end quote, he stated. He added that the protests have a clearly stated goal of, and I'm quoting, taking advantage of tragedies and mass murders of young people so that Aleksandar Vučić would be removed from power through street protests, end quote. Dodik went on to compare the recent unrest in Serbia with similar 2018 protests in Republika Srpska over the death of David Dragicevic, a 21-year-old technology student. The police ruled it an accident, but his parents claimed that he was brutally tortured and murdered and accused law enforcement agencies of a cover-up. Is that what happened, or some people say happened in Iran with that poor 21-year-old woman who lost her life while in the stupid, I would say, morality police in Iran? Some people say she was this and that. Some people said she just had a heart attack or whatever she had. So, and I'm quoting again this guy. I am convinced that in Serbia, as well as here in Republika Srpska, there are the same mentors, members of the British intelligence service, end quote, Dodik stressed, adding that abusing tragedies for political ends would not stop, and I'm quoting, until the foreign intelligence spy center in Belgrade is destroyed, end quote. Over the weekend, thousands of anti-government demonstrators rallied in Belgrade to protest against what they say was Vučić's failure to put a stop to violence. How in the hell? He's got a magic wand? How is he supposed to do that? Being promoted in the media. What do you mean promoted? They are not supposed to throw a gun anymore, or what do you mean promoted? Then you're gonna go to Hollywood, the first stop, and then you go to Belgrade, don't you? Or you can go to Hollywood for obvious reasons. You know why, right? Right. The campaign was triggered by 2 school shootings within the span of 2 days in early May, which claimed the lives of 10 and 8 people, respectively. I think that Dodik has a point, and that is there are many, many outside influences and attempts to destabilize Serbia. Well, do I have any evidence? They look very similar with other places on this planet, which the similar things were done. And as I said before, if you went around the block a few times, you would see the signs, which are, look at the placards, look at the people over there, the same people, in the same pictures, and then the same, how do you put it, they are somehow very consistent. They show up all the time. So it's an organized. Now you say, well, good, people organize. That's fine, that's good. But what exactly they want Vučić to do? And remember, this is it's a protest. It's a certain number of the Serbian population. I don't know if it's a majority. There are some people protesting. What I would do, I would invite whom? Do they have any leaders over there that I can speak with? Will the population vote? They organize themselves? Because who's asking what? I don't think they all ask one thing. You just gotta then say, stop violence, stop violence, stop. And I say, okay, give me a suggestion. What should I do? And do you think it's gonna be, they're gonna all have the same thought? Ban violence they talk in general terms. Stop violence in the mass media. In whatever. Promote it. What do you mean I promote it? What am I supposed to do? Do you mean, censor? Do you mean that if I get a Hollywood movie where they show people being blown up and so on, I should not allow that to run in Serbia? Then I will be called a dictator. No? How about you don't watch it? How about you are responsible? How about you don't let your kids watch that? And idiots will be everywhere. I'm not trying to justify anything, but it's a reality. Only a infantile will think that we will be able to have a sterile society where we're going to be like in heaven. We're going to sing hymns and nothing bad will happen. Ever again. Why? Because the government, made out of people like us, humans, but with better than us, with no flaws, will take care of us. And they take care because they're good people. They're good people. I mean, come on. This is craziness, utopia, and is infantile thinking. Some people did not mature enough, thinking they're still Inca, like a Romanian Inca yet. They're not yet adults. They still dream of being protected by mommy and daddy. They don't understand how we are. Or they think they're going to change us like the communists. We're going to create a new Soviet man and woman. Yes, basically. I'm not saying you should not try to protect. I'm not saying you should not try to prevent. But it's a point beyond which this is really infringement on people's lives, freedoms, and all that they're telling us that we have. No, these are just temporary privileges, not the rights that we have, freedoms and BS. But nevertheless, if you ask these guys what exactly they want, they're going to say, well, do the right thing. Psst. Okay. And then if something happens again, who am I going to blame? The people who did the right thing? Remember, my friends, we can't have a sterile society. You can take all our guns away. They will find a rock to hit someone in the head. What am I going to do? Ban rocks? I'm going to break them all and make them all sand? What if I throw sand in your eyes and then that's I'm strong enough? What am I going to do? Cut our hands off? Or what? They're going to feed us garbage so we don't get strong? What am I going to do? Going to do like the communists and other tyrants banning martial arts because theirs are dangerous? Is that what you're going to do? I mean, I've seen these trends. I heard this talk before. I lived through it. So I don't need to be proven right. Because once you're proven right in this matter, if I'm proven right in this matter, it's too late. It's too late. It's like you already jumped off the cliff. There's no coming back. You're going down, you're going to be splashing down the concrete. So I don't need that. And if you see signs, like the Americans have this little term here or expression, if it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, if it, I don't know, smells like a duck, if it poops like a duck, then it's a duck. Mak mak, duck. Okay, that kind. You don't have to wait, oh my God, how many times I have to figure out. These are signs. Now, it doesn't mean that should not be, but that's that little threshold that if you get into censorship. Personal responsibility, how about you build that in a society? And then a healthy society. Not over-medicated as over here. I've never seen what's going on here. It's just, this is a tragedy what's going on here. Tragedy. And anyway. And they want to make it even worse. They even legalize more and more drugs. The problem is, I'm for, allowing people to have some fun here and there. But again, personal responsibility. If you act crazy because of being under the influence, then the penalty should be much, much, worse for you than in a regular, situation. But hey, they want you to enjoy, commit some stupid stuff, and then get a slap over your hand. And I disagree with that one. I think actions have consequences, positive or negative. Negative should be, sanctions. Positive should be rewarded. But nowadays you can't because you're a tyrant if you say that. Or maybe you're a, patriarchal BS, and we're going into that area. I can talk a lot about that one, and the time will come to talk about that. So, do I think that the Brits are involved? I think many are involved over there. Do I have any evidence? Experience. Read some books. History would give you with information of exactly the same thing, and maybe direct experience for some of us. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.